Hey guys, Will and Alex here from StayFrostyCinema,
and in this video we decided to show you how flinch works in Black Ops 2, how flinch is scaled by how much you are shot, just basically how it works and the mechanics behind it.
Now we're not talking about necessarily flinch for every gun, because we didn't test every gun. We wanted to find a generality on how flinch is affected. We tested if it was scaled by damage, or the range of the shooter, or the penetration power of the gun. Like I said, we didn't test for every gun. We just took the MTAR in, and actually we took a few guns in at first.
It's pretty much the same, probably the same with every gun. Guns, I don't know if recoil works the same as it does in every COD, but I'm pretty sure even Black Ops 2, they still have center speeds, and that I think works against the flinch, so it can be slightly different based on what gun you have, but it won't make much of a difference.
What happened here is we took a bunch of guns in with and without toughness, and we tested them, and then back in the playback, we started noticing something. And so we went back in and we did tests from close and far ranges with both default and toughness weapons. And we'll start off with just sort of like our results here. FMJ does not give your target more flinch. It gives your bullets more penetration through surfaces, but not more flinch. Toughness, it seems from our MTAR tests and just generally, it seemed to reduce the flinch of the being hit to about 1/3 of its normal scale. We saw that. I measured it out with the MTAR. It will vary between each weapon, but usually not that much.
To test range, I thought maybe flinch scaled only by range despite damage. Like range does affect damage, but on snipers, the damage isn't affected by range. So we used ballista and shot the foot from close and far, and so range alone doesn't change flinch.
So here's the thing. We tested with the ballista, like Alex said. We shot from a close and far range to see if the weapon with the damage was unaffected by range, and no, it wouldn't. With toughness, you got a much smaller flinch, but it didn't change. So as confirmed by other weapon tests, we looked at the testing, and we can now definitively say that hit-flinch in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is determined by damage, and exclusively by damage. And damage is altered at range.
On most guns.
On most guns, yeah.
The conversion rate of damage to degrees flinched is not known. So that's like per X amount of damage equals Y amount of flinch.
Yeah.
This would involve like if there's no XM25 in Black Ops to find out an accurate distance. There's also I don't know how to measure height of an object or height of the player. So it would be possible to calculate without looking at the game code, but you don't have those resources. So.
Yeah. With this said, what does toughness do? Well, toughness, that means, is most effective generally at medium to close range, which means when there's going to be a higher amount of damage being dealt, that's when the most flinch is going to be on you. So if you have toughness on at medium to close range, your flinch is going to be reduced quite a bit, especially at close. It's almost going to be incredible.
It's almost good that it scales this way because at long ranges your target seems smaller because of perspective.
Yeah.
So a small amount of flinch, it's still going to throw you off.
So, but that is important to note that toughness or without toughness, at any range, if you get hit by a sniper, close or long, you're going to have the same amount of flinch, which is going to be a lot because snipers are powerful. Toughness is very useful for almost all encounters, and it changes the effect between each gun, but generally remains the same effectiveness, which is, like we said, about approximately 1/3 flinch scale. That was definitely on the MTAR, and
I don't see it's compared to the other perks. They don't in perk 2 slot. They don't really. Entice me.
I think use toughness if you notice it being gone.
It can depend on the gun. Like if you're using R870, you don't really need toughness.
If you're using something that you don't really aim down the sights for, like Alex said, like a shotgun, then toughness is used. But for a more tactical class, something that you have a lot of ADS close range encounters, use toughness.
Don't rely on giving your enemy enough flinch that they won't kill you. That's stupid. Use toughness as for defense. Don't think about it on offense. Don't think I can take on that sniper with this SMG because I'll give him flinch.
Yeah. That means SMGs from medium range, when they're not doing so much damage, they won't be dealing a lot of flinch. That's why usually...
and you can never know if your target has toughness or not. So it's just don't
but
rely on like this gun will flinch my enemy, or like I'll shoot him with the ballista, and if I don't kill him, I'll have fast hands and I'll switch to my pistol. No, don't do that.
So hit flinch is exclusively determined by damage. The more damage dealt to the target, the more they flinch. And with toughness, it's the same thing. It's just a smaller scale. And it also seemed in the test that crouching didn't do anything to your hit flinch. And also proning, I think the only reason proning looked a slight bit smaller is because my player model would have went into the ground.
The direction you flinch is determined by where you're shot from. If you're shot from the back, you're going to flinch downwards. If you're shot from the front, you're going to flinch upwards. If you're shot from someone on your left, you're going to flinch to the right.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
But it's important to note that it's literally every angle in between as well. Like if you're shot under the left armpit, you're gonna flinch like
you can flinch like diagonals.
Yeah,
crazy.
So if you get weird flinch, it's just accept it. It has to do with how the game is built around it. It has to do with damage. It has to do with direction, and overall toughness is useful. Like we said, for tactical classes where you do a lot of ADS. I think that just about wraps it up. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below with your thoughts on toughness, if you think it's a useful perk, and on a flinch in Black Ops 2, do you think it's annoying? Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends if you think this is useful information. We think it's pretty useful. I think it's pretty useful. It's good to know. Please subscribe for lots more Frosty content coming down the pike, and until next time,
stay frosty.